Welcome, Dub Nation. Let's talk Golden State Warriors. Another day in the free agents. Let's recap what happened on day 3. The Warriors finally start making some moves. We're going to break down each one of them here. So let's talk about Kyle Anderson. The Warriors signing in a signing trade, bringing Slow-Mo to our roster. Also news about the Warriors going heavily for Lauri Markkanen that we spoke yesterday. But more than that, this morning I saw some news about the Warriors going for Buddy Hield. So let's talk about these 3 things, what is happening, and a few comments about the Klay Thompson leaving and some things that came out. So that's going to be our day. I hope you're having a great week. That's a short week for you if you are in the US. So I hope you enjoy, and let's go. So Kyle Anderson. So yesterday, first really big move of the free agents for the Warriors. And it came out that the Warriors doing a sign and trade with Minnesota where we are sending some cash. The one that actually got released by Thompson going to Dallas, plus the second round pick. And then we're bringing Kyle Anderson, the famous Slow-Mo. So Slow-Mo was actually, I don't think the Minnesota wanted to actually get rid of him. It's a more a fact that everything that is going on there right now, all the assets that they have, they're going to be a lot over like that salary cap space. So they had to find him a new place. It's an interesting sign, and I'm not going to lie here and say that I'm a huge fan. But I think it can bring some stuff to the table for the Warriors. It's a 3-year deal. So he's signing for about like 27 million to 37. I'm going to get the new 27. Yeah, that's correct. For 3 years with the third year being no guarantee. Let's talk what is good about Kyle Anderson. In the meantime, you're seeing some plays of him last season in the screen. And I'm going to put some stats as well. So his stats, he's like a 6.4 points per game, 3.5 rebounds, and 4.2 assists. He's definitely not a big threat in the offense end, but he's a very good defensive player. So I see a few things there. So he's a 6.9. So it's bringing some of that size that we have been talking so much. And I like specifically that fact, I think it's obviously he has a defensive style, which I'm curious to see how it's going to play out with Draymond. And I also think that maybe that could be a little bit of like insurance for whatever happened with Draymond not being able to play, injury, suspensions, all those things that we know. So I liked on that sense. I do feel like the only part of me that feels still a little bit sour is the fact that we still don't have that offensive pair for Stephen Curry. And that's a tricky point, and I think the GMs and the Warriors head coach, they're still trying to solve that. But it's a good move. It's not a bad move. I don't think it's what we want to see as a fan. But I don't think it's something that is going to put us in a title contender position, but it's definitely adding stuff that we need. Defensive player, really good one. Size, so more size to the rotation. So I think it's good, and the Warriors didn't have to get assets for that. That's the most important thing right now. We need to keep what we have, and that's amazing. So let's see how things play out. He's the 30 years old. Obviously is not super old, but is also not in his early age. So he played most of the season with 79 games with the Timberwolves last season. He's definitely a good rotation guy, and I wish him all the lucky and all the best with the Warriors jersey. That said, so we spoke yesterday that the Warriors are trying heavily on Lauri Markkanen. I think he's probably one of the best assets still being rumored right now, but it's going to be challenging, right? There's lots of other teams interested on him. I don't want to see the Warriors involving Kuminga, and I do think that it's going to be challenging to get him if we don't. With that said, let's talk about Buddy Hield. So we're right now in the 76ers, so what the Warriors are trying with then is a sign and trade. He averaged last season 12.1 points, Is a 43.6 shooting from the field. He's a deep 3-point shooter. We know that. It's 38.5, almost 40%, 3.2 rebounds and 2.8 assists, and he played almost 26 minutes. So it definitely adds some shooting to that Warrior roster. I still think it is not what we need. It's not that second, I'm not going to say superstar, but that second star that's going to pair with Curry and be our star lineup backcourt. I hope that that's not what the Warriors. He's more like a third addition. So a few things that we need to start reading here, right? So how the Warriors going to play out this next season depending on how things go. So we still don't know what's going to happen with Wiggins. I think the three assets that we have for trade right now that the Warriors probably is considering heavily are Wiggins, Looney, and Gary Payton, right? That adds up, and could, if we rotate all those threes and we find a place with an interesting player where they could land, I think that's what the Warriors could use to bring someone. With that said, so I see Buddy Hield more a third guy in addition that can come together with Kyle Anderson and add to that point. I do think the Warriors are relying and having a mindset that Moody is going to develop and bring some more points. And mainly, which I also strongly believe, and there's this video that I'm releasing today you can watch, I think Kuminga is going to have to step up, and things play out the way that they are going right now. And the Warriors cannot bring a second guy that they are hoping, and they were going to put all the emphasis for Kuminga to become that guy, which I think he might fit. He's not going to be a second Splash Brother because, like he might develop and get better, but he's not a prolific 3-point shooter. But that's why I see the things are playing out right now. So we would need Kuminga to step up a lot. If Wings doesn't get traded, we're going to have to hope that he's going to really bring those 20 points per game, and that's what would lead us to that path to be a title contender. But let's see. Still a long time on trades and rumors going on, but those are the three names: Lauri Markkanen, Buddy Hield. Those are two names that the Warriors are still trying to work with, and we already brought, as I said here yesterday, D'Anthony Melton and now Kyle Anderson. So we're starting seeing some moves to the Warriors, and that's great news. We also saw some moves in the coach staffing. So the Warriors are bringing Terry Stotts and to replace Kenny Atkinson, and they are also bringing Jerry Stackhouse. By name, I know you probably don't know both of them. They both have head coach experience, so that's great. Stotts, he was a head coach for the Atlanta Hawks from 2002 to 2004, and he was with the Portland Trail Blazers for a long time, 2012 to 2021. So he made, you might recap that in this piece, was when Damian Lillard was there. They made a lot of playoffs appearance, so that's great. And also you have Stackhouse that has been 2 years, a season with the Toronto Raptors and then the Memphis Grizzlies as well. So a lot of experienced guys. That's amazing to see. I think great addition. I particularly don't know lots of the profile, how they, well, we know a lot how was that Toronto Raptors with Damian Lillard and everything, but definitely great moves from the GMs bringing those guys to the table, and it's going to be a great addition for the Warriors. And to wrap, so we spoke a lot about Klay Thompson here. As I said, I wish him all the best. Not a Warriors player anymore, so we're not going to waste too much time, or waste maybe is too heavy, but we're not going to spend too much time speaking about him. But just to wrap the trade, so apparently the Warriors play a really hard ball with him. So for all these other free agents where they're speaking, the Warriors were decided to play hard ball. I think might be, that's my opinion, right? I think might be very related with the fact that the Warriors paid him a lot for seasons that he wasn't playing. He was injured. It's not his fault, but he wasn't playing. And then they decided to go heavy. And apparently Thompson asked Curry to not use his influence to keep him. So you can see that, as I said yesterday, it's not about the money. He wanted to feel that love. He wanted to feel that things were like the Warriors want him to stay for the amount that he was thinking and the time that he was thinking, and apparently things didn't go that well. So it's a lot going on right now. It's a little bit of those dirty clothes that start coming out of like and being exposed. But yeah, let's just wrap that. I just want to share this news with you. And again, I might mention this tomorrow if we come up with more news that is worth making you a video. But Draymond also recorded in his show yesterday talk about Thompson. I haven't had the opportunity to watch that yet. I'm gonna do today, and then I bring my opinion on here for you. So that's it for today, Dub Nation. I wish you a great day. See you tomorrow, and bye.